Another year, another Call of Duty game, and this time it's Modern Warfare 2, the sequel to Modern Warfare 2019. This game, once again, looks amazing, it sounds amazing. We've already been able to see some gameplay from the campaign, and while I am excited for this game, I just want to remind everybody to keep your expectations in check, because I've seen a lot of people getting really excited for this game, and while I'm happy for you, and I totally agree, I mean, the game looks good, it sounds amazing. Remember, this is still Call of Duty we're dealing with. This is still Infinity Ward, and this is still the same developers that continuously let down the fan base and lie to the fan base every year. Now, apart from that negativity, because I know it sounds like I'm just trying to ruin anybody's excitement from this game, I'm just saying that because it's true, man. I mean, this is the same cycle we see every single year with Call of Duty. A new game's going to come out, everybody gets excited, a lot of people, or you'll have a good amount of people saying, this is the year Call of Duty comes back, this is the year, you know, blah, blah, blah happens, or whatever. It's the same shit every year, and I'm tired of seeing it, and I honestly just want to keep everybody kind of grounded to reality, because while this game does look amazing, it does sound amazing in terms of its presentation with visuals and with audio, that's only the campaign. And while yes, I do expect a pretty awesome campaign from this game, the same way Modern Warfare had an awesome campaign in my opinion, I don't think multiplayer is going to be anything to really save the franchise for a lot of people. I do hope that the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 is much better than Modern Warfare's, in the sense that it's more catered to just every single player and tries to find a good middle ground between players that like to rush, players that like to camp, because in my opinion, Modern Warfare 2019 catered to camping players a lot more, and that was a huge issue I had with that game. One of the biggest reasons why I just kind of stopped playing it after a while, and even now I have the game installed and everything, and I could go play it whenever I want, but I just choose not to a lot of times, because it's just the way it is, the way the game performs, the way the multiplayer works in that game. There's a lot of divisive issues within Modern Warfare 2019's multiplayer, and with Infinity Ward especially. I really hope that with Modern Warfare 2 this time around, they could be a lot more open to hearing to what the community actually wants and what the community is saying. Because with Modern Warfare 2019, Infinity Ward had something up their ass, or they were just super stubborn, or I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they would not listen to what the community wanted. A lot of suggestions the community made with things like the doors, things like footsteps, perk reworks and perk workarounds, all this type of stuff that people wanted to see changed, people wanted to see experimented with and tweaked. A lot of that stuff just didn't happen, and a lot of times a lot of the things the community was asking Infinity Ward for throughout the whole life cycle of Modern Warfare 2019 were just ignored, flat out ignored, and Infinity Ward wouldn't say anything, and to this day they've never said anything, or they haven't really addressed a lot of what the community was asking for back then. So with Modern Warfare 2, that's really where a lot of my concern stems from, is from the multiplayer. Apart from that, you have to take into consideration Call of Duty is different now, and that's not news to anybody at all. I mean, obviously, for the past few years, even before Modern Warfare 2019, Call of Duty was going in a different direction, with Black Ops 4 introducing Blackout, the first Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty really, and then Modern Warfare 2019 introducing Warzone, and having that just completely change Call of Duty, because that's really what Warzone's done. Warzone has taken a lot of the focus from what used to be Call of Duty's main attraction with the multiplayer, and it's just taken that spotlight away. And now a lot of the changes that happen to Warzone affect multiplayer, and a lot of times the developers mostly prioritize and prefer to prioritize Warzone over the multiplayer, because they know Warzone and the Battle Royales, that's making them a lot of money, compared to multiplayer that just really doesn't anymore, at least not as much as it used to. So with Modern Warfare 2, I'm really concerned that Infinity Ward just isn't going to pay attention to the multiplayer, because if you don't know, this was actually something that I didn't know before I made this video, and it kind of blew my mind because I didn't think they would do that. But there's actually going to be a Warzone 2 within the new Modern Warfare game. In Modern Warfare 2, we're going to see the old Warzone, I guess, kind of just a fade away. I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't follow the Warzone storyline. I don't play Warzone, but there is going to be a Warzone 2 in Modern Warfare 2, an all new Warzone mode. So that honestly worries me even more, because that I just feel like the attention from multiplayer that's really essential, really needed to make a good Call of Duty game, to keep the game memorable, I feel like a lot of that's just going to be stolen by the new Warzone that's coming out, because you already know that it's going to have issues with connections, issues with servers. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be buggy. I mean, it's Call of Duty we're talking about, and it's Warzone, and it's an all new Warzone. It's Warzone 2. So I highly doubt that the developers have learned their mistakes, or they're actually going to implement what they've learned, because we've seen time and time again that Call of Duty doesn't change, and Call of Duty developers don't listen to their community most of the time, unfortunately, and a lot of times they think that they're just right and doing everything their way, and just ignoring what the fans actually want and what the majority of the community, or at least a lot of the community, will be asking for. And that's really where all my concerns stem from with Modern Warfare 2. Don't get me wrong, man, I'm really excited for this game, especially for the campaign, for the story, for the gameplay, the mechanics, the visuals, the sound design. I'm sure this game's gonna look amazing, sound amazing, and especially on these new consoles as well, because keep in mind, when Modern Warfare 2019 came out, the PS5 and the Series X weren't out yet. Now these consoles have been out for almost 2 years. I think it's going to be 3 years next year. And yes, while it's still impossible to find them for the most part, I'm excited to see what Infinity Ward's been able to do when it comes to just optimizing the game for these new systems, because I'm excited to see what's changed, what if any new features are going to be here for graphics and stuff like that. All that's going to be something to look forward to. But in terms of the multiplayer, what I'm mostly concerned about, what I mostly play, because again, I'm not a Warzone player, I'm only going to be buying this game for the campaign and the multiplayer. I'm really concerned that multiplayer is just going to be forgotten this year, and that's really why I want people to keep their expectations in check, because it wouldn't be the first time that the developers promise something and don't do it, or just straight up lie, and it definitely wouldn't be the first time that multiplayer is kind of just thrown to the sideline a little bit to either prioritize or just straight up focus on the Warzone or the Battle Royale aspect of a game. We saw it happen a little bit with Black Ops 4, with Blackout and the multiplayer, even though honestly, looking back, Black Ops 4 did have a pretty balanced, or at least Treyarch did have a pretty balanced prioritization with, updating and fixing Blackout in terms of multiplayer as well. I feel like they had a pretty good balance of that. But going into Modern Warfare 2019 with Warzone, that pretty much changed everything. Even now with Call of Duty Vanguard, the current Call of Duty game that I have not bought and I have no plans on buying, because that game's it's really just shit, if I'm going to be honest with you. Even that game has had more of a focus on its Warzone aspects with its tie into Warzone versus Vanguard multiplayer. So honestly, I expect the same thing to happen with Modern Warfare 2. Don't get me wrong, I don't want that to happen. Obviously, I like multiplayer. It's what I play Call of Duty for. It's why I buy the games. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Warzone 2 is just prioritized and focused on more with updates and with fixes versus the multiplayer. What I hope most people would actually get Call of Duty for, because if you don't remember, or if you're too young to remember or whatever, for the longest time, especially within the golden age of Call of Duty, the bread and butter of this franchise, the main reason people bought this franchise was for the multiplayer. A lot of people bought it for the campaigns too, especially once games like Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2 rolled around, games that were going to be continuations of certain stories. Yeah, people were interested in the campaign, but in terms of that golden age from COD 4 to Black Ops 2, the main thing about Call of Duty was multiplayer. So to see that now the franchise has just gone so far off what it once was at, and where the focus was once at with multiplayer, it's sad, really. Don't get me wrong, I totally think that Battle Royale needs to be prioritized too. It's a huge part of Call of Duty, and it's obviously the biggest moneymaker for Call of Duty now. So I don't doubt that it's going to be prioritized and it's going to be focused on. But my thing is, keep a balance and don't forget about multiplayer this time around. And for the love of God, Infinity Ward, please actually listen to the community this year when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 and when it comes to the changes that I'm sure people are going to want made and things that they're going to see, or they're going to want to see tweaked in multiplayer. With all that being said, though, let me know what you think about Modern Warfare 2. If you're excited for the game, if you're deciding to skip Call of Duty, because personally, I skipped Vanguard this year, and that was the first time I skipped Call of Duty, honestly, I think ever. So let me know what you think about Call of Duty right now, if you're planning to get Modern Warfare 2, and if you're excited for it. Thank you so much to all of you for watching this video. You already know what to do if you liked it. Make sure to like it, subscribe, comment, share it with a friend, whatever you want to do. My name's Nico. Thank you so much to all of you for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.